that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. Quarterback will audible. Running back searching for a hole. He breaks a tackle. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
He's got great speed. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. Strong, firm tackle. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say?
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Out of the gun, the inside give. The Gators will keep this drive going.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Daniels. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse. Yardage on that play.
And getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
With jet sweep pass. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Gator. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Now they'll run the draw.
The runback carries the ball. Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up second down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. The back goes in motion. To the air, it's Madden. They're trying to get to it. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They bring the punter onto the field now. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Sending the offense back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep...
He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it on the move. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
He got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida. On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Out of the gun to give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To throw, it's Madden. Coming after it. He's going to run it. Still running at the 40. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game. What a big-time run for this offense, a physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Motion from the offense. Just going to keep it after the snap. And it'll be a touchdown. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. And this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Woods. And the returner is brought down, but there is a flag on the play. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the junior was late on the release, and he threw it behind him.
And How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He's got the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Finds a crease at the 20. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gator! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Fast motion from the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Can't get him to the ground.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big pack. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Trying the left side. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Madden. Gets it out quickly. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. If you like old-fashioned, grinded-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive, just try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. He'll set up to throw. Fires to the big fella. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He's looking to throw on third and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Would have been a long field goal, 54 yards from here, so instead they'll try to move the chains. It's fourth and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They'll go to the ground. And that ball's free behind the line. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Quarterback checking the play. Dropping back, it's Madden. Firing to the right, complete. Jumped on top of the pile. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking to throw on third. Going over the top. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. just about set for the second half kickoff. Going for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
That's caught. It's Daniels. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll throw it on first down. He wants to go deep. Pulls it in on the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they... Power throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Getting some... Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Here on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Takes a shot. Finds a man in the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Listen, you hear all the time about how important it is to stay on schedule offensively, right? And this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this first down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, we've seen this the whole first half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Madden. Now improvising. Gets away from Moore. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And here comes the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Looking for a block. It's Woods. Touchdown, Florida! How about the special teams coming up with a huge play? No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Jacksonville State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. On the option. Now the pitch. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Madden. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Going up top on first down. Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. This offense has a 2nd down play. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Bad news for the defense. They gave up a first down on a scramble. Good news, though, they got a lick on that quarterback. That is a dream shot for anybody on defense. So, yeah, you might have made a good play individually,
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Shaw. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The running back takes his track off right tackle here. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now from inside the red zone. Pulls it in, it's Rourke. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. The handoff to Johnson. Fights off the defender. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Balls and fired complete. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. They'd hoped to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
Yeah, I love the third down, aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. The give to the tailback. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
I just love the fact that the defense is out there and they're still battling and they're still fighting. Obviously, they're way down here late in the fourth quarter, but they still think they have a chance to win. Don't tell them the game's over. That's a great individual effort on that interception.
A shot toward the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Woods. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
Yeah, and he's been dependable. I mean, he's been a guy that they've given the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Look out, he's got room. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Daniels. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downhill. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Got it, looking for a 1st. And the Gators get enough to move the chains.
It's all about critical downs and distances. on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown Gators. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the 4th. Fair catch called for and made. Now this offense is back on the field. He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to him. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Madden. Got his man on the right. Smashes ahead.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off his spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Excellent field position here for the offense. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Florida! And the stomping has commenced. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense.
The #1